Okay. Alright, guys. Jesus Christ. Another wait, can we get some light going on in this motherfucker? Alright. Wonderful world came, man. Welcome to the wonderful, wild, fucked up, often misunderstood, hypotenuse, obtuse, triangle world. Definitely drug induced, cocaine, bitch. I was looking at the thing today, and I guess what I forgot to mention last time is that what I noticed is that sometimes if you look on the market, you'll see products that are like patent pending. Well, patent pending is kind of like, it doesn't really make sense. With patent pending, if you have a product, let's just say I make a new fork, all right? Let's say I come up with an idea for a new fork, right? It's got 5 tines instead of 4 and stuff. Maybe you can grab your fucking pork chop better or something. I don't know who gives a really good fuck. Maybe we'll put a flashlight on the fucker, right? But let's say I come up with a new fork. So with this new fork, every product that is produced in America or in the world has to have a patent. It goes to Washington, you get a patent, you get a copyright, trademark, or whatever. Now, let's just say with my new fork, I say, you know what? I know that the patent is pending. We're waiting for the patent to come back, but we're going to put it in production anyway. But now I have a product. I have a product on the market that the patent is pending. So what that creates for me is a big giant thing. But I figured out why somebody would do that. If you don't have a patent, officially have a patent, then you're not paying taxes on that product. So it creates another nice little bracket for people to hide under and stuff like that. For a lot of these politicians and stuff like that today, to keep their little tax bracket that they're comfortable within and stuff like that. Like we know, they haven't paid taxes on marijuana since the program began. And as you know, it all began with me when I ran across an old friend when I went home to San Bernardino. And I ran into an old friend who was in jail. And I asked him, I said, what are you in jail for? He said, they struck me out. They gave me my 3rd strike for a pound of marijuana. So it took away this man's life, his vitality, he's a youthful man too. He's an artist just like myself, always singing, good dark skinned ass nigga, that's Cow Dog. So what I did realize, I said at that time, at first I was more marred by the injustice of being given 25 years to life for a pound of marijuana. Let's make the punishment fit the crime, gentlemen. And so, but as time elapsed, as time went on, I began to realize that there were promises that were made to us by the politicians of this government, whereas they said, as soon as marijuana becomes legal, all those marijuana offenses will be educated, they'll be stricken away, it'll be as if they were never there. Well, the reason why marijuana is not totally legal now is because they're not paying taxes on it, and they haven't paid taxes on it since the beginning. So I was sitting back and I started thinking about like patent pending. And I was wondering, why would somebody put out a product? I'm not going to name any names. Why would somebody put out a product and put it on the market patent pending? Well, if it doesn't have a patent, you don't have to pay taxes on it. So this is what I'm discovering in a lot more of my investigations as I sit mulling over, life in general in the world we live in, and how to get my boy Cow Dog out of jail because he's doing 25 years of life for a pound of marijuana. Everybody knows me. I mean, if you guys have been watching the YouTube, keep it up with the YouTube channels and stuff now and stuff, right? And I don't know, people, act like as though, a lot of times people act like, hey, this is the thing and stuff, right? And, we're better than you, or you don't know what you're doing, and, your album's never gonna rock, dude. You're never even gonna get to make an album. Matter of fact, dude, all your screenplays and everything, it's just unfinished work. So you sit back and you're thinking about it and stuff. And on top of those things, when I start thinking about, my mind goes political. So that's what I was thinking about today, was the patent pending. I'll load this up on the YouTube channel. The new channel is just called Jimmy Green. A lot of new good stuff is on there. I was listening to it the other day. There's the new song, Losing Weight, which is a great song. Really sounds a lot like maybe like Travis Meeks or whatever. But like I say, like a lot of the times I think like imitation is the highest form of flattery. I didn't mean for it to sound like that, but like I said, somebody told me one time, I was doing a song and I said, well, I want it to sound like kind of like Leonard Skinner a little bit, and they're like, yeah, whatever. I said, look, dude. I said, you are what you eat, that's why I don't trip when people call me a pussy. But it's like, you are what you eat and stuff. And like all this time and stuff, people will sit back and, imitation is the highest form of flattery. I've been listening to Leonard Skinner since I was 13 years old. The very first Leonard Skinner song I ever heard was That Smell. And, I was amazed by it because I've listened to guitar like my whole life. Guitar has been like, whenever I hear an interesting part of the guitar and that harmonic pitch when Leonard first comes on, when That Smell comes on, plus it's got some great lyrics. Whiskey bottles, brand new cars, oak tree, you're in my way. I like when he says that, oak tree, you're in my way. But anyway, it goes and stuff, right? A lot of times the stuff, imitation is the highest form of flattery. Lots of people, they get offended, but then again, this is America, it's a double-edged, it's a one-sided sword. Of course, we like the original Martin Luther, who was German, a theologian, a priest, a monk, a founder of the Church of God upon earth, but we didn't like Martin Luther King because he was black, even though he was named after somebody that was very, very special. It's America. So it's like a lot of times people will sit back and they'll try to find anything to blame you about. Like, even though you're just like, oh, you check the teeth and then it's skinny. And I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, you don't understand, dude. It's more like paying like homage, or whatever and stuff, right? Outlaw and everything else. But and I was talking to my friend the other day, and the thing that really attracted me to Leonard Skinner in the beginning was that I saw a magazine when I was a kid, and I was looking through it, and it had the whole Leonard Skinner family. They're sitting there, they got the cowboy hats on and shit, right? You got your girl over the side, says she got a little Daisy Dukes on, little cowboy hat and shit. Everything out, but they weren't described as a rock and roll band. It said this band of outlaws. So, and when I read that kind of like interested me to Leonard Skinner, and plus all the great things you'll hear when you're a kid, pronounced Leonard Skinner, and how you hear things when you're a kid. I had a friend when I was a kid, when I was in juvenile hall. I had no idea who Metallica was, but he did. And so it would be in the middle of the night, we were in juvenile hall, and in the middle of the night, I would hear this kid down the hallway, just out of nowhere, he would say, "Search it, seek and destroy." And I'd be in my room, dude. I'm like, dude, what the hell is he talking about? What is he saying? So anyway it goes, like I said, I'll load this up on the new on the website. But that's all I was thinking about. I just wanted to talk about like patent pending and the pros and cons, do's and don'ts, whatnots, and what's to do, and why would anybody put a product on the market patent pending? Patent pending would be if it's not listed in the capital